What's going on, everyone? Happy Monday to all. Hopefully the weather is a nice day where you are and you're not dealing with any storms. The southern states have just been baffled by thunderstorms over the past several days, and this boundary is still stalled down in the south. It's making ever so slow progress southeast, but for the most part, it's another day with more storms in southeast Alabama, southern Georgia, South Carolina, and unfortunately tomorrow there might be another day because this boundary is going to stall once again. Southern Texas, Louisiana, New Orleans might get into the action tomorrow, as will the Florida Panhandle. Up in the northeast, we see an area of low pressure that is developing. It's going to bring wintry weather portions of southern New England. For everyone else, it's going to be rain, but this is a quick-moving system. It will move off the coast tonight, and by tomorrow, it's pretty much out of there, aside from a couple showers. The west coast, we do see clouds coming into the picture in Oregon and California. That's the next storm system that we have to watch as we head into tomorrow. Taking a look at the National Hazards Map. Severe thunderstorm watch is up for southeast Alabama, southern Georgia, and portions of southern South Carolina. A whole array of warnings are up for northern California and portions of Oregon. Mountain snow is expected, high winds are expected, and heavy rainfall is expected for many as well. Taking a look at the National Weather Service, as you can see here, we do have a slight risk of severe weather today in portions of Alabama, Georgia, and South Carolina, and the northern tip of the Florida Panhandle. Tomorrow, a marginal risk is in effect for portions of extreme southern Texas, then again from Louisiana through the Florida Panhandle and southern Georgia, Tallahassee, Mobile, Alabama, New Orleans. All of you should be paying attention tomorrow. Wind is the main threat, though an isolated tornado cannot be ruled out. Taking a look at the storm reports from yesterday. Thankfully, at this time, there may be a couple storm surveys going on. Only one reported tornado from yesterday. There were 83 wind reports yesterday and 106 hail reports, 13 of them which were really large hail reports. So 190 reports total. But again, thankfully, as of right now, the tornado aspect did not fully pan out for yesterday. So that is some good news. Taking a look here at the West Coast system, here's what it looks like on satellite from the NWS Eureka National Weather Service. And you can see here, they're saying it has slowed down just a hair, but it's still out there in the Pacific, and this is going to be a major weather maker for the West Coast yet again. Here you go. This is National Weather Service, the parent account, and they're saying, here we go again. Heavy rain and mountain snows return to California this evening and into Tuesday, bringing the renewed threat for flooding and dangerous mountain travel. And you can see that here. Here's the snow forecast on the left. And these darker shades of red and almost maroon, yeah, that's 24 to 30 plus inches of snow in the mountains. Then add in the fact that you're going to see 2 to 4 inches of rain in many locations, some places locally 4 plus. And yet again, California's in the battle zone for another storm system, which they do not need. All right, let's take a look at the FV3 model. Take a look here off of Pennsylvania. There's that storm system that I was telling you about. It's very quick to move out of the picture. In the southern states, we do have this severe weather which continues, and out in the west, yeah, here you go. You have this storm system coming on. Look at the heavy rainfall. It's just nuts. And this is tomorrow at around about 10 a.m. And in the south, you can see down by Louisiana, tomorrow's threat is earlier in the day. It does push east relatively quickly. Mainly a wind threat, could be a small hail threat, and just an isolated tornado. This is nothing like what we've been seeing over the past several days. It is not going to be upgraded to enhanced risk or moderate risk. May it get upgraded to a slight risk from the Storm Prediction Center, but that's all we are really expecting at this time. As we continue, we have something else we have to watch. Look here on the FV3 model in the northeastern states, Wednesday night. That's right. We have to watch this front that's going to come through. There's definitely a snow squall threat. And with this snow squall threat, you could have 40 to 60 mile per hour wind gust, reduced visibility for a time, so it's going to be a period of really dangerous travel on the interstates. You know, the historic ones that usually have the pileups. Interstate 80, I-90, 88 through New York. You have to watch those corridors because this is going to be fast moving. You're going to go from nothing to blinding snowfall, whiteout conditions real quick should this materialize. And it's been showing up on multiple models, so I am fairly impressed with the fact that, yeah, I think this is going to happen. Later into the forecast period we go. We have to continue to watch that system that comes on from California. That then develops an area of energy in the plains and a low pressure system. There are two threats of severe weather. One, Thursday evening across Texas and Oklahoma. Then a bigger threat of severe weather on Friday from Arkansas on up through the Tennessee Valley, Kentucky. Let's go back to the National Weather Service Storm Prediction Center, and you will see here there is a Day 4 outlook for portions of Oklahoma and Texas and southern Kansas. Then there's a Day 5 outlook, and that Day 5 outlook, it's already an enhanced risk from Arkansas through Missouri on up through western Kentucky, western Tennessee, southeast Iowa, much of Illinois. So this is something we're going to really have to watch. All modes of severe weather are likely. The threat of damaging wind is relatively high, and yes, there's also a decent tornado threat. You can see here on a Canadian model, this becomes a relatively strong system, and it is already showing here as it's on its reflectivity, strong to severe thunderstorms. And I was looking at some of the dynamics earlier, and some people were tweeting about the dynamics. Some of them get fairly impressive. So yet again, another big severe weather outbreak is possible on Friday. I'm more concerned about Friday than Thursday, though Thursday it's there. Definitely, northern Texas, Dallas through Oklahoma City and southern Kansas, it's there. But the height of this event, I think, is going to be Friday afternoon and evening. As you push east, there may also be a lingering threat of some sort on the eastern coast on Saturday, but it's not going to be as great as it is out in the central states on Friday. Taking a look at the long-range outlook here, here's 6 to 10 day temperatures. Below average in the west, below average in the north, but you can see here, look at the above average temperatures in the south. They're starting to inch more northward, and I think that's going to be the theme. We definitely could see some warm-ups in the east going into the middle of April. Here's the 8 to 14 day outlook. Yeah, it's still below average in the west, but again, look in the east. It's starting to build. The heat and warmth is starting to build and push northward. As you get into Pennsylvania, even up in New England, still slightly below average, but eventually that'll change. Taking a look at precipitation, above average in the northwest, because you have that system that's going to be affecting them tomorrow. And maybe even in the portions of Wednesday, showers will continue. Above average in the east. Taking a look at the west, again on 8 to 14 day, above average, slightly above average in the east, below average in the Four Corners region. Alright, the key takeaway. Quick moving system exiting New England tonight. It's already entering a picture. It'll be out of the picture tonight. Then behind that, you watch the snow squall threat. Behind that snow squall threat, say Wednesday night into Thursday, it's going to be a relatively cold day for late March, early April standards. You can have below average temperatures. Then behind us, all eyes turn to the central states. There's definitely going to be another severe weather event of some sort in the central states late this week, and its potential, it could be tornado and high wind threats yet again. Pay close attention to the forecast. Alrighty, that's it for today's weather outlook. We'll have another one again tomorrow. I'm Climate Data Report. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button down below. See you all again next time.